Hello, so today we're going to go over Lesson 8, Clean Code and Debugging, and I will let you read over the overview by yourselves. But essentially, we are going to be figuring out problems in our code, and I know a lot of you have already had problems when you've coded with stuff not showing up, just things haven't worked properly. So we're going to learn about how to fix our own code. And a bug is a part of a program that won't work correctly. A comment is a programmer readable note in the source code of a computer program. Debugging is finding and fixing problems. Indentation is indenting something further to the right or to the left to separate it from the surrounding text, which helps convey the program's structure. And then white space refers to any character that shows up as a blank space on the screen, such as a space, tab, new line. White space helps separate different parts of the document while making it easier to read. And code, we're introducing comments. And this is the way that you would insert a comment. So we're going to get started. Computer code is written by humans, and all humans make mistakes. Part of being a good computer scientist is finding your mistakes and fixing them. In computer science, we all make mistakes, bugs. The process of finding and fixing those bugs is called debugging. Over the next couple of levels, you are going to work on your debugging skills. So in our to-do, look at the web page code. Discuss with your partner what is causing the following bugs. The heading is not big enough, and the second item in the list does not have a number. Fix all the codes so that the final results match the image to the right. So we are trying to get this image, and our code looks like this. So let's look at what we have. So the first thing is heading isn't big enough. Well, I'm noticing right here H1, and then this says H3. H1 and H3 are two different sizes of headings. One is closer to the larger size, and as you get down in numbers, so 2 is smaller than 1, 3 is smaller than 2. So heading needs to be bigger, so let's turn that H3 into H1, and look, our heading's larger. And then thing 2, it looks like, does not have our list item tags around it. So let's go ahead and put our list item tags around it. And sometimes it's just as simple as, yeah, I left off my list item tags. Now you'll see over here that updated our code. Also, if it's not working, click refresh and save. Sometimes if you've been on a page for a long time, you might have to click refresh and save just so your changes update. More debugging practice. This page is a little more challenging to debug than the last one. So discuss with your partner what you think the bugs are in this page. Find and fix all the bugs so your page matches this one. So cat supplies looks pretty okay to me, but cat toys looks like it needs to be a bit larger. So around cat toys, let's make this a H3. Now, remember, as you're inserting your H3 tags, you have to have a tag before cat toys and a tag after cat toys. Your tag before cat toys is just bracket H3 bracket, and then your final bracket at the very end of the words cat toys is bracket / H3 bracket. Whenever you're closing your tag, the ending one is always going to have that slash. And that looks a little bit better. Keep you entertained looks fine, but then unfortunately we have all of this that is supposed to show up as numbers. So we probably want to insert in a list, and since it's numbers, it's in order, so it's an ordered list. So on line 9, I'm going to insert bracket, OL, end bracket. And at the end of where I want my list, I'm going to insert my closing ordered list tag. Now I'm noticing up here, lasers is its own, but catnip and cat toys should also be its own item on the list. So at the end of lasers, I'm going to delete the comma and put a closing LI tag. So right at the end of lasers, I am putting in bracket / LI end bracket. And at the beginning of catnip, I am putting in bracket LI. And notice I kept my closing tag, but I'm putting my LI tags around lasers and catnip. So they both have opening and closing tags, so they can be separate list items. Finished with that. So on this page, we're finding bugs and images. Fix the bugs on your page so that the target matches below. So let's look at this first one. And it's looking like, if I look at Velanus pitcher plant, it's not showing up with a bullet point. So I might need to make that an unordered list. Or no, that one's fine. However, the picture is not showing up. So let's look and see what is wrong. Image, SRC. Oh, and they don't list our image, which would probably be the Velanus pitcher plant. So I'm going to start typing in the name. And look, that picture showed up. Venus flytrap, which needs to look like that. And isn't showing up. So let's look at it. Image, IMG, SRC, Venus flytrap, and SRC is wrong. It was SCR, so we're going to change it to SRC for Venus flytrap. Refresh and save over here. And look, that fixed that. And I noticed that cactus rubber does not have a beginning H3 tag. So that will help that show up. And that's on line 21. And I'm noticing up at the top, this Velanus pitcher plant does not have a bullet point as it should. So I'm going to add in my LI tags around it before, and then the closing LI tag after. Let's refresh and save and see my bullet point showed up just like it did above. So then let's look and see Venus. And we have bear tooth head fungus. That picture is not showing up. So image SRC, bear head tooth fungus. And all I'm doing right here is I'm checking the spelling, which it doesn't seem, since it's in red, to have shown up correctly. So let's go ahead and try and retype the name of that file. Oh, and I see what I did wrong. Equals SRC. So IMG SRC equals, and then in between the quotation marks you want to type in bear, or start typing in bear, and you can click on the name. Go ahead and go to the next level. So this is what you want your page to look like. This is what it looks like. So we're missing some pictures. So we are going to first make the code easier to read. So HTML, head, body. So I'm going to move H1, hit enter onto its own line. H4 is going to go onto its own line. Unordered list is going to go onto its own line. And I'm just using my enter key on my keyboard to start moving tags onto their own line. Now, I know that there are a bunch of mistakes in this code. However, it is so much easier to fix when I am able to get stuff on its own line. So, as you can see, I am just backspacing over a paragraph. This image SRC, Oscar Mayer Wiener. Now, this all does not look perfect. As you can see, a lot of this is in pink because, unfortunately, a lot of it is not showing up correctly. So this all has errors in it, which is preventing it from looking correct. So let's start. We want it, now that stuff has been entered down onto its own line, each tag is on its own line. We're going to begin the process of fixing my page so it looks like this page. So this first section looks good, and these list items also look